What is up, my friends? This is your boy Baybar to Go Bar. We're gonna do my very first Magic the Gathering Puzzle Quest video. So Nicol Bolas came out. I'm really excited about him. He's the first tri-colored planeswalker for Puzzle Quest. And honestly, I think the guys did a really good job at Octagon and D3 because I feel like he's pretty balanced. The main thing is he's got balanced mana, and so it's actually relatively weak compared to some. You can see, well, I'm not quite at 60, but his 60 net total is a +7, so he's got +9 and -2. And that's actually pretty weak compared to a lot of planeswalkers these days, but I feel like that's necessary because he's got access to 3 colors, and in fact 3 very strong colors in blue, black, and red. So he's going to be your powerhouse just because of that. So I'm really glad that they balanced his mana and didn't go bananas on him. You know, give him something like Saheeli Ray with 11 net mana. Looking at his abilities, he's got a couple of really strong ones. I think his first is one of the strongest firsts in the game. Target creature your opponent controls is destroyed. Great skill, and frankly one that, you know, is going to be annoying to see the AI actually abuse, because as we know, the AI tends to spam the first one, and that's going to be pretty annoying that they're constantly picking off our characters. Unlike Nicholas, that has the same thing as his second skill. This is on Nicol Bolas's first. The next one is Plague of Locusts. At level 4, which mine's not at, you draw 2 cards and summon 4 2/2 zombies, which can be relevant because, you know, the 2/2 zombies have entered the battlefield effects rather than just summoning an 8/8. And then the final one is Call of the Scarab, and when it's maxed out, you basically return the last creature, and then you basically multiply the amount of zombies you have times 9, and that'll do direct damage to the face of the opponent planeswalker. So I'm going to show you guys a deck that I just made up today, and it's going to be in the Legacy format, so this is not standard legal. It's using some of the very strong cards from BFZ and Innistrad, really just from Shadows over Innistrad, I believe. But we're going to do it in the training grounds just so we don't have to worry about deck restrictions of any kind. And here we go. Let me show you the deck real quick. It's a looping deck that is based on, or kind of the primary kill card or destroy card is Imminent Doom. This is a cool card that's in the current block, Hour of Revelation. That's basically, you know, when you cast a spell, they deal X damage to the opponent, and X is the amount of spells the amount of shields on the support. So if you cast one spell, he does 1 damage, he grabs another shield, and then he does a, you know, 2nd damage to the next spell you cast, and so on and so forth. Another big engine is Baral, of course, who adds mana at the beginning of the turn, but more importantly for this deck, he draws a spell every time you cast a spell to keep the engine going. Harness the Storm is another legacy card that's awesome. When you cast a spell, he basically gets the last card from your graveyard, puts it back in your hand, so another draw engine, and then destroys 3 random gems, which can sometimes cause cascades and lead to more mana generation. Behold the Beyond, of course, one of the strongest spells ever. It discards your hand, draws 6, so it basically, and then fills them with 6 mana, so it basically turns 15 mana into 36 mana, and a lot of our spells are very low cost, so this easily fills them up. Very strong spell for digging, and also in this case for looping, but it's pretty much a no-brainer for any black deck in Legacy. The rest are not quite as important, but we use both the deserts. This one costs 1 mana to generate 6, which is a really strong ramp. This is another desert I'm just kind of playing with. This does a similar thing to the what is it called? The Harness the Storm. We've got Talent of the Telepath. This one is another kind of ramp spell and lets you dig next 3 cards, pick one and grab 6 mana from it. We're doing Devour in Flames just as damage to the face and a really cheap spell for 3. We got Desert of the Mindful, same type of thing, 3 mana for 6 mana. Another ramp up type of thing. Also, of course, BTB casted. And then Strategic Planning is another just dig spell and another cheap spell. So the idea here is we're trying to cast a lot of spells, basically get our core pieces out, being Imminent Doom, Harness, and or Baral. And then we're just going to, you know, basically be cycling through our deck and pinging in with a lot of spells. So let's see how this works. I'm going to try and do it relatively fast so that you guys aren't just staring at my screen forever, but, you know, there's certainly no guarantee in that case that I won't be missing some better options or whatever. So first move looks pretty obvious. We're going to throw Baral out and go ahead and take the match 5, another match 5. You know, I never understood exactly why that works that way. I would think that if there was 2 match 5s, it'd work like Gonti's and give you two subsequent matches. But, well, I don't want to leave that red mana for Koth, and I don't have any on-color match, so I think I'm going to go with this white one and see if it combos into green, which it did not. He's going to set me up for that. I think I'm going to go ahead and play the Harness the Storm. This might not be a good decision, but I might be better off ramping. Of course, I could go that green into the black one right there at the top, but I think that taking the red from Koth is actually a better choice. Alternatively, I could do the white into the black down here at the bottom and the black up top, and that would be denying him the mana for now. I think that might be better. I'm going to go ahead and try that, even though this could be problematic if it does end up leading to a future red match for Koth. But to be honest with you, I'm not actually scared of him. Once it's going, it kind of stands on its own. Now that was an interesting one, because now I've got all the components, but I'm either gonna I don't know if I should just go straight into BTB or go ahead and put the Imminent Doom down. I think I'm gonna actually go ahead and start cycling now and not as much worry. So I need 4 mana, so really I'm kind of stuck leaving him this red match, but we might actually shake things around because we have that Harness the Storm out now. So as you can see, BTB is going to draw me 6 cards, and all of these cards can be cast. So now what I'm looking to hopefully do is get us Imminent Doom going. That was relatively easy. We're going to use our deserts to ramp more mana. Every spell we have, we're just going to cast. That's one important thing with this deck, is you don't want to have any cards that you actually can't execute on, so to speak. So you don't want to have a kill spell because he doesn't have a creature out right now. Your deck's going to get tied up and stuck if you have something like that. So basically, we're just going to be casting all of our spells, Devour to his face. Here comes the Imminent Doom, and you can see the my Harness doing work. So this is a scenario where I'm going to take the desert. You can see my Imminent Doom did 1 damage. Shield moved up to 2. Now it's up to 3 and doing 3 damage here. And looks like we're going to stall out for this turn, maybe. Yep. So we're up to 6 shields. We'll see if we can pull the knockout punch next turn. Ooh, that was a big turn. This is why you get... I guess I gave him a bunch of mana from casting all my... what's it called? To his face. All my Devours to his face. So... that's all right though. We're not really that concerned with him, to be honest with you. I mean, that sounds kind of terrible. Also, I guess I have 4 shields on this, so I don't really need that. Someone probably tell me in chat that was a mistake, but I think I'm better off actually drawing a couple more spells here and seeing if I can get something going in that direction. And that Talon is actually a pretty good card. So let's do it like this, and let's see what play we want to make. I mean, obviously there's some good black ones, that combos there, but you know, the loyalty's not a big deal at this point. I'm trying to see if there's any really good combos that I might be missing. I think I'm best taking this black from the right, and if I get a blue to drop down, that seems like the best option. I mean, obviously you never know what's going to cascade, even though that worked quite beautifully. So let's see if we can knock him out this turn. So now we're pinging for 4 damage there. I think we go with the... well, it doesn't really matter, does it? Because we have that BTB that's full and it's going to come online here in a second. So all of these draw cards are a little redundant, to be honest with you. So let's just let's pull something up that we actually want, which probably is the Harness the Storm. It has the highest cost and doesn't really do anything. Unless, I mean, well, I guess it would if we actually killed our own Harness with our gem cascades from our Harness, which occasionally will happen. But here we go. Got a lot more spells. We're up to 6 damage, so you can see now he's down to about 50 life. We're going to keep dragging out. Grab another talent. Hit him for 8. There goes a desert. Here goes some more combos. Another talent. Oh, why not keep going with the talents? Why not? It's a perfect type of card for this type of scenario. And you can already see now we're hitting for 11 at this point. And so you can already see that he's dead just with the spells I have racked up on board. Might as well grab the Devouring Flames. down to 6, and one more ping, and Imminent Doom. I guess you deserve the victory in my hand as we ping him for the final 13 and knock him out. So anyway, that's you can see that's a pretty powerful deck. I don't exactly know what turn that was. It looks like about like 4 or 5 would be my guess. I guess I can check the battle log here. You know, Koth, that was a level 60 Koth, I believe, so he can be very scary in this type of thing, but you can see the amount of spells I went through, and I'm, you know, in a lot of scenarios it won't even go that long. Okay, so I take that back. Yep, that was the beginning of turn 4, so my turn 4, and we knocked Koth out, and we, you know, did most of that on one turn even. So as you can see, once you get the cycle going, it's pretty nasty. But anyway, you know, that's a legacy deck. I wouldn't be too fearful. Like, most of those cards are actually not available in the current meta. I do expect to see some nasty stuff with cards like Omniscience that might be able to loop. We'll see if it becomes a problem. I'm not sure the AI could pilot this deck quite as well as I could anyway, so I'm not sure it'd be that scary to face. But you never know. And anyway, great having you guys. Thanks for listening, and see you next time. Bye-bye.